Hi everyone. Greetings. Oh, why am I so low? And welcome to the 1st of the 1st, 2021. And I don't know why. A premonition came over me. I must do a video. Right, so my chill's low. I need some light. I hope you're all doing well so far. It's going to be too bright. In the beginnings of a very special year, I believe. I don't know, it's just come over me that it's an important year in relation to the numbers. So the 01, the 01, 20, 21. The ones are like, to my mind, the gates. It's where you don't tolerate anymore. You put the gates up now. That's the end of anybody gaining access to you, the way you think about things, the standard of living you're expecting for yourself. You put those gates up. No more access to them demonstrating in some way in you trying to achieve that. The zeros are like the locks, those locks that you're going to put on that gate. And then I was kind of thinking, well, what's the two? What's the two? And it came to me, it's the key. And with that, and I'm a believer and a practicer of Kwanza, I'm a believer and practicer of people's ability to have a faith that teaches them to do good things and not to fight that. So it came to me today, share what I'm thinking, because it might be something I should share and it helps unlock some sort of key for someone else. That's the first thing. And then I was thinking, like, the meaning of Kwanza. Let's see if I can get that up. I had searched it earlier and I'd forgotten. Oh, okay, so we've got slow internet. Yeah. So I was just thinking about the meanings of that, and I think today is the last day, IMAN, I think, and it's faith. And all of these things came to me and I said it should be something that someone can use that information and carry it forwards. So what am I on about carrying it forwards? So my mission and passion and drive is for community, and a community that's supportive of people and their needs. It's not to reduce people's choice of how they live in certain standards. So you don't want people killing, shooting, robbing from, defiling women. You don't want people living that standard of life. You want that standard of life. Oh, so my internet decided it's not going to work now, so we're not going to do that. But to kind of share what they know with someone else that can help develop community in a bigger and more demonstrative way. So there are lots of things happening now all over the world. I've never known anything like it. I'm a good age now. So from a little girl, I was born in the 60s, to now, I've never known the amount of confusion, misunderstanding, mixed messages, darn outright lies that are so barefaced. You beg a belief. Is this? I don't believe it. I spent most of my time at the end of that 2020. I don't believe what I'm hearing. Can't understand it. So I hope anything that I'm saying here helps to kind of drive people and put that fire in them to not put up those gates, not tolerate anymore. And because I'm a community person, I'm also an equality person. So fairness in life. So I have an understanding and I look at why do we have people that are considered the elite, and what does it mean to ordinary people like myself that have ordinary ways of living and limited but reasonable fair standards of living, but not extravagant. I don't own a Porsche or anything like that. So what's the meaning of these things, and what does it mean to then community and yourself? Not trying to live a lavish life, but trying to live a life where you're comfortable. So all those basic necessities of life, safety, shelter, warmth, security, nutrition, education, those standards, but met at a good to above standard, not just a standard, for all. Because from that, my thinking is then you must be able to achieve a greater way of living, a way of saving the planet, not using fossil fuels like we do. We've apparently sent people into the moon, people going to the space all the time. We don't know how to use other fuels that don't, I don't know to use the word, erode the planet that we're living on. Really? I find it hard to believe. We don't really have the cure for certain things. I find it hard to believe. The process of us introducing certain ways of the community, the people of the land living. Where do you hear about them? But they're changing day by day by day, and it's slowly eroding away your ability to live your life in a fair, reasonable, moderate way. If you have an understanding of business and capital and health and safety and crime and policing and all those things in a community, to get good quality of that, you have to be able to upskill your community. It doesn't make any sense that everybody's just happy to just survive on menial livings, not progress themselves or their children, not meet their passions in life, the things that thing that's waking them up every day. I don't mean their job, because some people love their job, but if you're not in a situation where you love your job, this internet decided it's going to work now, then how can you develop that and move that on without it being so apparently jarring for people? Why, without it being a nice transition? Why isn't community that joining that can elevate not just themselves in their home, but the planet? They can share things that change things greatly for the better for people. If you look at things like what we're using now, the internet. When I was a girl, when I was a little girl, there was no such thing. No such thing. I had no idea of it. When I was a little girl, they had just changed from different coinage. So we used guineas and shillings and farthings, and we changed from those to the decimals that we use now, pounds and pence. That was a massive change for me. I can't even remember what year it was. But I was a good age, and I'm not good with maths and English and words, and people know that. So for me, it took a long time to get it. A long, long time. So you can imagine things like the internet. For people my age, it's like, but you get on with it, you try. So using all these tools and people that can give you messages from wherever they come from, ideas of why things are happening, what movement should be happening, what people should be thinking, how they should be grouping themselves with people that are the same like-minded people, and elevating further. Because my understanding of just community change is it requires some understanding of the legal parameters and how that happens. So there has to be a demonstration, something has to happen, I don't know, a vote, or you have to put something forward in Parliament somewhere, as I understand it. So that's what I'm saying. These people would be useful if you want to move and elevate any kind of community thing up and forwards. And when people get together and demonstrate, it shouldn't be the sole purposes of just going to a march to show solidarity and numbers. There should be more of a demonstration of something written down and put forward where it should go, for it to get to the next level, for it to finally become some sort of bill or law or thing that we have to do, as they've done with other things in past government and years. So, like I said, I'm community, and anything that can be done to elevate community, so community is not considered poor and only holding their hand out, please sir, for basic services after they've paid for it, and understanding that a lot of governments, policies and that don't have anything to do with the ordinary person. You're kind of in the way in a sense. So it's more about dealing with those that are more affluent, that have more clout, that know the right people, and kind of bridging that gap. Yeah, it's not that most people don't want to be in that position, because as most people understand, the more you have, the more you have to think about, the more you have to worry about, the more you have to set things in place for. So I don't think most people want to jump over that threshold, but a fair, reasonable and humane standard of living is needed. And in any way, if you are a legal person or a person that knows how to set systems in place so that things can start to happen, come together with people that are like-minded like you, and that can move things forward, share the information, know big groups of people that they can share and get these processes moving. Because as I understand it, it requires people's voices, whether being written, but written is the way that it's acknowledged. I don't know how they acknowledge things like big group gatherings and marches and things like that, but I know for law and changing law and legislation and bids and edicts and all that stuff, you need to start a process of something written down that you require for the government to change and explain kind of why, and fight that reason for why and move it forwards that way. I don't know any other way. If you do know another way, please share with us, share with people, so that those groups that are trying to do those things, to elevate things, to change things, to make that standing and living more humane for everyone, it can be demonstrated more. It can happen. Yeah, that's what just came over me, and I felt I really needed to share it. I hope it really has helped somebody. Thank you to all those people that sent me wonderful messages last night and this morning for the new year. I really appreciate them. I'm a little bit behind myself with doing a few things, but I will send out a message to say thank you for your wonderful, happy, warm wishes of health and prosperity and family, wellness, and all the kind words. Thanks a lot. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.